The station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
This is bigger than this team. This is bigger than the NFL. This is a society issue.
Breaking now at 6, DC's Attorney General suing Commanders owner Dan Snyder, the Commanders, NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell, and the NFL. Good evening. Thanks for joining us for DC News Now at 6. I'm Chris Flanagan.
And I'm Tasmeen Mahfouz. And DC's Attorney General filing a civil suit alleging sexual harassment, hostile workplace, and a coordinated effort to cover it all up.
Yeah, toxic workplace, especially for women, and you'll hear from them in our live team coverage tonight. We start with DC News Now reporter Daniel Hamburg. And Daniel, there are major allegations in this lawsuit.
Well, Chris and Tasmeen, the crux of this lawsuit is that D.C. Attorney General Karl Racine is saying that owner Dan Snyder and the NFL both lied to consumers, saying they had no knowledge of toxicity in the workplace. They're using the consumer protection law to sue.
We're standing up for D.C. residents who were repeatedly lied to and deceived.
D.C. Attorney General Karl Racine has been investigating Washington Commanders owner Dan Snyder and the team for about a year.
The evidence shows Mr. Snyder was not only aware of the toxic culture within his organization, he encouraged it and he participated in it.
Racine says his office has evidence of sexual harassment, gender discrimination, and an overall toxic workplace. When stories in the Washington Post broke, Snyder claimed he knew nothing about it.
The National Football League claimed that they were stepping in to assume oversight.
But Racine says the NFL and the Commanders had a secret agreement to share information, and the final report from attorney Beth Wilkinson was only 7 sentences approved by Snyder.
You can't lie to D.C. residents in order to protect your image, your profits, and get away with it, no matter who you are.
But how can D.C. sue for activity that happened in Maryland and Virginia? He's using the district's Consumer Protection Act, which he says is broad.
Any material misstatement that a merchant or business makes that could impact consumers in the District of Columbia.
Each misstatement can be a $5,000 fine, which can add up. With this announcement, former employees have some hope of transparency.
We've risked our lives, our reputations to be a part of this and bring truth to light so that workplaces everywhere, that people don't have to go through what we went through. This is the most significant day of the past 2.5 years for me.
An NFL spokesperson says they reject the legally unsound and factually baseless allegations made today by the D.C. Attorney General against the NFL and Commissioner Goodell, and will vigorously defend against those claims. A Commander spokesperson says over 2 years ago, Dan and Tanya Snyder acknowledged that an unacceptable workplace culture had existed within their organization for several years, and they have apologized many times for allowing that to happen. Going on to say, although the lawsuit repeats a lot of the innuendo, half-truths, and lies, we welcome this opportunity to defend the organization for the first time in a court of law. We're live outside of the Attorney General's office in Northwest Washington. Daniel Hamburg, DC News Now.
All right, Daniel, thank you. All right, so what could this mean now for both Dan Snyder and the NFL?
Yeah, so for that angle of this developing story, let's bring in sports director Derek Forrest. And Derek, there are far-reaching implications with this lawsuit.
Yeah, the investigation by D.C. Attorney General Karl Racine has far-reaching impact and possibly consequences for Dan Snyder, the NFL, and Roger Goodell. For Dan Snyder, he's obviously seen the writing on the wall after last week's admission to selling the team after years of stating he wouldn't. But now it seems the findings of this new investigation could uncover details not just from the Wilkerson report, but others Snyder has been involved in.
Karl Racine mentioned, and I've heard, that there is more stuff coming down the wire soon. Now, whether that's the House Oversight Committee's full exhaustive report and possible charges of either tampering with witnesses or, did Dan Snyder lie under oath? And do they have proof? Perjury, right? Remember when he testified for about 11 hours on his yacht at the end of July. We still have not seen the testimony for that. There's got to be a reason for that.
But now it's not just Snyder being investigated. The NFL and Roger Goodell is being called out by Attorney General Karl Racine as well. And if they have valid findings, it could bring more things to light.
They're getting caught up in the shrapnel, if you will, of this. I'm not saying that they were innocent. Of course, they were not. They are complicit in protecting Dan Snyder because they didn't do the right thing a year and a half ago, Derek. I mean, and that's the problem, is that a $10 million fine against the organization, no suspension, no real punitive punishment, and no release of the findings, the specific findings of the Wilkinson report added to the fray.
Now, Thursday, Attorney General Karl Racine said we could expect to see more news come from his office next week, which is not good news for Dan Snyder or the NFL. Guys.
Definitely not. Derek, thanks. All right, two women who worked with Snyder and the Commanders spoke to DC News Now today.
Yeah, our Marielle Carbone joins us now. And Marielle, they say the goal is to make sure no one else has to go through what they went through at their place of work.
Yeah, that's the goal of speaking out. Now, the AG said today that Dan Snyder really had a hand on everything going on with the team. And in his lawsuit, he says that employees called him the chief harassment officer, that he demanded that cheerleaders had a specific body type in order to be hired, and that he also sexually harassed female employees himself. So those two women we spoke to, they are just saying nobody else should have to go through something like this, especially in their place of work. Now, all of this information and allegations comes out just, it aligns with the 5-year anniversary of the Me Too movement. And of course, the term Me Too, it became a national symbol for sexual assault and sexual harassment awareness. Now, in the wake of Me Too, 70% of people, they do believe that people accused of sexual assault in the workplace are more likely to be held accountable than before the movement. That's according to a Pew Research Center study. Still, the women want to ensure that a toxic workplace doesn't exist in the first place.
This is bigger than this team. This is bigger than the NFL. This is a society issue. The NFL is a microcosm of society, so it's surreal to know that we're watching history and we're also a part of it. So it's kind of like feels like we're in the middle of that tornado.
And Imbert says that this really feels like the first step into ensuring that the truth gets out there. She also says that this lawsuit, it feels different than some of the other action we've seen happen with this over the last few years. So she finally feels like this is what could make a difference. Reporting from FedEx Field, I'm Marielle Carbone, DC News Now.
All right, Marielle, thanks. Certainly a lot to unpack here. Coming up, we'll speak with a legal analyst on what this case could mean.
Yeah, so is the DC AG stretching a bit far to go after Dan Snyder, the Commanders, and the league? That part we'll have in just a couple of minutes.
All right, new video here showing Tropical Storm Nicole battering the Florida coast. Huge waves pummeling Daytona Beach early this morning. That area now facing storm surge warnings, according to the National Weather Service. And Janessa, just a reminder, hurricane season isn't over quite yet.
Yeah, we still have 2.5 weeks before the season is completely over. But this storm system beating records. We haven't had a hurricane in 37 years hit the continental U.S. In November. And so this is a historic situation. November 30th is the last day for hurricane season, but definitely seeing a broad system that is stretching across into the Ohio Valley currently, and it's pretty much taking over the East Coast. It does have still a well-defined eye, center of circulation. That half of that eye currently is sitting in the Gulf of Mexico. So we're going to watch for some possibility of some rapid intensification and this going back into a hurricane. It's in a warm Gulf of Mexico, so it's something we definitely need to watch for. Right now, you have sustained winds of 45 miles per hour. And we're going to continue to watch this cone of uncertainty really shrink down. Right now, the National Hurricane Center says, hey, it's going to go into southern Georgia overnight as a tropical depression. This looks like its latest update just coming in, and then it turns into an area of low pressure. They no longer have the Carolinas in that cone of uncertainty. Now it turns into an area of low pressure going into Charlotte, North Carolina. The DMV is still going to see the leftovers of this storm system, and that's why excessive rainfall outlook is really in place for our western communities. Now, timing is super important. How it impacts your early morning commute into your Friday afternoon. We'll look at that coming up.
All right, Janessa, thanks. We'll see you then. Developing right now, police are looking for the person who shot and killed a man in southeast D.C. It happened on Stanton Road this afternoon. The victim died on scene. Police say 2 men were seen leaving right after that man was shot. If you have any information, give D.C. police a call.
We believe at this point it was definitely targeted. Of course, the investigation is ongoing, it's evolving, but we believe at this point it was a targeted shooting.
Yeah, police went on to say they believe that victim did have ties to the area. Again, they're asking anybody with information, give them a call.
And new tonight, fighting crime in the state. Maryland Governor Larry Hogan announced a new statewide plan. The expansion aims to help the state to fight against crime and hold violent criminals accountable. It will include a police task force to increase overnight patrol along crackdowns and on gang activity and criminal activity. The state will also introduce a knock and talk initiative for neighborhoods in high crime areas. And we are your local election headquarters, and tonight one key race in Maryland is still uncalled. Right now, Republican State Delegate Neil Parrott is ahead of incumbent Congressman David Trone, and at this point, it's not clear how soon that race could be called, and neither candidate has conceded to the other. Maryland's 6th congressional district covers parts of Montgomery, Frederick, and Washington counties, plus all of western Maryland.
And Frederick County, Maryland is receiving an additional $10 million for school construction funding. It's all part of a grant from the state's Build to Learn Act. The county will use part of that money to install turf fields at 4 high schools next summer. The remaining money will go towards Thurmont Elementary School's renovation project. And developing right now at 6, a 17-year-old has been shot on 5th Street Northwest in D.C. The victim was taken to a hospital to be treated for non-life-threatening injuries. Now, D.C. police have released that gunman's photo. Here it is. He was last seen running down M Street towards 4th Street. Police advise you to do not take action. Call 911 if you see this man.